In the evolutionary history of the entertainment industry, the Korean star-making machinery has consistently maintained a terrifying acuity. As global audiences grow fatigued by the assembly line production of singing and dancing idols and become accustomed to the physical combat of shows like Physical 100, Disney Plus launched the highly experimental Korean reality show Battle of Fates. The premise of the show is nothing short of magical realism. 49 fate practitioners, including Saju readers, tarot card diviners, shamans, physiognomists, and podomancers, gather for a hardcore survival elimination game. Some channel spirits on the spot, while others rely on intuition and numerological codes. Only those who can progressively see through destiny survive to the end. What is more surreal than the show itself is the real-world frenzy it has ignited. Even before the finale aired, the consultation schedules of some popular masters from the show were booked solid until 2027. Furthermore, these orders are no longer confined to South Korea. Through social media, they have reached multiple Asian countries and even Europe and the Americas. On the surface, this is yet another successful commercial monetization by Korean variety shows in the streaming era. However, if we pull back and place it within today's macro context, where the global economy faces extreme uncertainty and AI technology is reshaping the operational logic of human society by the month, the explosive popularity of this show is no longer just an entertainment event. It resembles a profound sociological metaphor worthy of contemplation. The underlying logic of the Korean entertainment industry lies in its highly industrialized packaging of human desires and cultural symbols. In Battle of Fates, we witness the ultimate hyperfusion, ancient non-standardized metaphysics. Even those tinged with superstition are flawlessly integrated into the standardized narrative framework of a modern survival reality show. Capital has never concerned itself with the authenticity of metaphysics. It merely sniffs out market demand. Through this project, Capital has relocated fortune-telling from dimly lit street corner stalls to the dazzling stages of streaming platforms, completing the transformation from folk belief to fast-moving spiritual consumer goods. This not only expands the boundaries of what defines a celebrity packaging fate practitioners into a new type of idol with extremely high fan stickiness, but also imperceptibly transforms Korea's indigenous shamanic culture into a globally exported cultural infrastructure. Through the orders placed with the show's masters that stretch into 2027, audiences are essentially and eagerly paying subscription fees for a deep-seated psychological validation. Why are people today so infatuated with metaphysics? This phenomenon cannot be arrogantly dismissed as intellectual regression or feudal superstition. Sociologist Max Weber once posited that the development of modern society is an ongoing process of disenchantment, where science and rationality expel mysticism. Today, however, the Orthodox educational systems and values the narrative that hard work leads to success find it increasingly difficult to explain real-world dilemmas like social stratification. As the algorithms of the real world become increasingly unpredictable, more and more people instinctively turn toward a spiritual sanctuary of their own. Metaphysics offers an explanatory framework entirely independent of the modern, hyper-competitive evolution system. When you encounter setbacks, sociology tells you it is due to structural injustice. Success gurus tell you it is because you didn't hustle hard enough, while metaphysics gently tells you your time has simply not yet come. Essentially, this is a much-needed psychological compensation. In the latter half of Battle of Fates, the show reveals its top-tier psychological manipulation, the disenchantment of the masters themselves. With a shift of the lens, audiences discover that these practitioners, capable of prying into the secrets of heaven, are similarly mired in the mortal mud of divorced parents, breakups, and financial crises. In its conclusion, the show ultimately returns to the resilience of life itself and emotional resonance, rather than an aloof, untouchable mysticism. We are witnessing a peculiar spectacle of our era. Over the past 2 years, with the explosion of AI, cyber fortune telling has proliferated across social media platforms. Countless people feed their birth charts into large language models, with netizens frequently exchanging tips on how to optimize prompts to make the AI generate more precise trajectory maps of fate and psychological profiles. But a paradox emerges here. If AI can already output a logically rigorous birth chart or tarot reading in 2 seconds, why are the consultation schedules of the flesh and blood practitioners in Battle of Fates still booked out to 2027? Because while AI can provide an accurate diagnosis, what humans crave is witness. The more we exist in an era of precise algorithmic spoon-feeding and data-stripped privacy, the more humans yearn for authentic emotional connections that carry the warmth of a living body. AI will never experience a fractured family of origin, nor will it understand the powerlessness of the dead of night. No matter how perfect its comfort, it remains merely a pile of trained parameters. But when a human practitioner, battered by life's trials, sits across from you and interprets your destiny with a tone mixed with empathy and sighs, this emotional synchronization between human and human becomes a luxury that no model can synthesize. This is the core logic behind the explosion of the spiritual economy in the AI era. What the audience queuing up after watching the show is waiting for is not an omniscient, omnipotent deity, but a fellow human who can resonate with their own vulnerability. History is always strikingly similar. The trajectory of human development indicates that periods of extreme expansion in technology or rationality are often accompanied by a frenzied resurgence of mysticism, what seems to be a collective compensatory balance. In the late 19th century, during the latter stages of the Industrial Revolution, the popularization of the steam engine and the theory of evolution was mirrored by a craze for spiritualism sweeping through Western metropolises. During the Cold War, under the shadow of nuclear deterrence and the hardcore technology of the space race, the New Age movement emerged, bringing astrology and crystal healing into the public eye. Today, we stand at a similar crossroads. AI holds the key to efficiency, but it is still humanity itself that can cure modern man's loneliness and sense of meaninglessness. In this world overtaken by data, Battle of Fates is not merely a carnival of entertainment and commerce. It is more akin to a large-scale experiment in human nature. The success of Battle of Fates unveils the core cipher of future spiritual consumption. In the algorithmic era, the most scarce commodity is no longer information, but a sense of connection that combats nihilism. Whoever can resolve the loneliness and meaninglessness of modern individuals holds the key to the user's wallets. In this sense, the fate practitioners in these variety shows are not so much channelers of spirits as they are emotional therapists transitioning into the AI era. In a world taken over by data, they are attempting to use the oldest of metaphysics to stage the gentlest of resistances.